Once upon a time, in a cozy little house at the very edge of Willow Lane, lived a cheerful old clock named Tick. For as long as anyone could remember, Tick had hung in the hallway, his big golden hands dancing in circles, dutifully keeping time for the family who lived there. Every tick and every tock was a steady, comforting rhythm in their lives. But one frosty morning, something was different. Tick woke up and realized his hands had stopped moving. They were completely still. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't count the moments. He couldn't make his bells ring out the hour. He felt utterly useless, and a deep sadness washed over him. Around him, the house was alive with activity. Children tumbled down the hallway, their laughter echoing as they chased each other. Their mother was in the kitchen, the warm, wonderful smell of freshly baked bread filling the air. Their father was outside, watering the garden, humming a happy tune. Tick watched everyone, his heart aching. He wished he could be part of their day, but he couldn't tick, he couldn't talk, and he certainly couldn't chime. He was just there. Weeks turned into a month, and Tick's sadness grew heavier with each passing day. He felt invisible, a forgotten piece of furniture. Then, one rainy afternoon, the youngest child, a little girl named Mia, sat down on the floor right beneath him. She had a big pile of colorful wooden blocks with her. Mia looked up at the silent clock and said softly, "I wish I could make a clock just like you, Tick. Will you help me count while I build?" Tick was surprised. He couldn't remember time, but he did remember all the numbers he had counted for so many years: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A little spark of hope flickered inside him. So as Mia started stacking her blocks, Tick began to sing out the numbers in a gentle, rhythmic voice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 blocks high. Mia giggled with delight and carefully added more blocks to her tower. 6, 7, 8. Tick sang, his voice growing a little stronger. Soon, the sound of their game filled the house with laughter, and Mia's older siblings gathered around. They started playing counting games right there under Tick's watchful, still hands. With his guidance, they learned numbers and patterns. They even started telling stories about the days of the week and the months of the year, all prompted by Tick's gentle questions. Day by day, Tick felt happier and happier. He loved joining in their games and lessons. He wasn't just a silent clock on the wall anymore. He was a teacher, a playmate, and a source of fun. The parents noticed a change too. Their children were getting better at counting, and were always sharing stories about Tick's wisdom. They saw how the old clock had found a new, wonderful purpose. Even though he couldn't tick-tock anymore, Tick found so much joy in teaching and sharing what he knew. Over time, the children decided he deserved a special honor. They worked together to make him a beautiful medal out of colored paper and shiny ribbon. It read, "The Best Counting Clock." Tick wore it with immense pride. He finally realized that his value wasn't just in ticking or telling time. Every single moment could be special and meaningful if you chose to make it so. By helping others learn and grow, Tick had found a brand new way to shine. And so, in that little house on Willow Lane, Tick's voice could always be heard sharing numbers, laughter, and a whole lot of love. And the golden hands on the old clock, though they remained perfectly still, always seemed to be smiling with pride. Thank you for listening.